Next part of recovery, this is going to be a new thing added to my camp, this camp.
Keep going. Keep eating, drinking, trying to sleep as much as you can.
Tom Aspinall has revealed the harsh details of his recovery ahead of his fight with Ciryl Gane. From intense rehab sessions to the mental grind of returning, his journey shows the determination driving him back into the heavyweight spotlight. Adding on, Tom Aspinall also opened up about his training camp officially started. He explained the balance between taking time off and jumping straight into intense work, and to avoid burnout, he gives himself a short break before camp begins. Once back, he quickly switches gears, focusing on consistent routines that set the tone for the weeks ahead. Aspinall described this approach as essential for his preparation.
I mean, I've only been going a week. I've only been doing it a week. But yeah, I've been doing it. Yeah.
300 straight or breaks?
No, I do like 50 at a time. Take a 10-second break, I'll do another 50, like that.
That's not bad. And you go straight from the vacation, no training, into training like hardcore?
No, I was training a little bit on the vacation, nothing crazy. But that's like a regular thing for me to do because anybody who knows me knows that I am like obsessive with training. I absolutely love training. And if I got a fight date and I'm quite far away from the fight, I will start training like full blast straight away. So to avoid that, usually I go for like a week.
Wow.
A week vacay before we start the training camp. So that's what I did. Just had like a week off. Like I say, I trained a little bit when I was there, but nothing to brag about. And then when we got back, we started in the full camp last week, and now we're in week 2.
In conclusion,
furthermore, alongside the hyperbaric chamber, Aspinall shared how his recovery is divided into different stages. He mentioned stretching, massages, and other methods that keep his body fresh while handling tough training sessions. For him, recovery isn't just about healing, but also about staying sharp through every phase of camp.
It's about stage 5.
Let's go. He's alive. Oh, he's up. Doesn't look like you're off to space. Is it comfy in there?
Yeah. It's hot though. It's a roasting day though, isn't it? Yeah, it's quite relaxing in there, to be honest. It's a bit weird at first when you get used to it, but I am getting used to it now. It's a bit claustrophobic.
Well, this is the claustrophobic room. Do you want me to turn this on?
I'm turning that now. Phase 5 coming up.
Where are we off to?
That's the lovely Worsley Marriott.
Aspinall also spoke about his approach to recovery beyond machines and therapy. For him, staying active is the key to keeping his body prepared for fight night. He explained that movement helps blood flow and prevents stiffness from building up during camp. Instead of relying only on rest, he prefers active recovery methods that keep him engaged while still allowing his muscles to heal properly.
It's getting blood through the muscles, which aids recovery when your muscles are sore. So I don't really believe in like sitting at home watching Netflix is going to help you recover. So from my experience as an athlete, active rest or active recovery is a little bit better. So that's what we do.
After discussing his recovery, Tom Aspinall has been clear that recovery is just as important as training for his upcoming fight with Ciryl Gane. After suffering setbacks before, he doesn't want to leave anything to chance this time. He has added new recovery tools to his routine, ensuring his body stays strong throughout camp. Aspinall explained how one method in particular has been a major help in his preparation.
Next part of recovery, this is going to be a new thing added to my camp, this camp. Got a big fight coming up, so I've got to take stuff to the next level, including recovery. Big shout out to HBot, who have been helping me out with this. This is a hyperbaric chamber. I'm very, very lucky to have one of these things in my house. I have tried these before when I trained with Eddie Hall. Highly recommended if you do your research on hyperbaric chambers. There's a lot of great information out there on them. Let me just name you a few. These are the reasons why I use them.
Moving on, when talking about the matchup upcoming, Aspinall reflected on how long this fight has been in the making. He reminded fans that Gane was scheduled to face him more than once, but circumstances kept getting in the way. Whether it was timing, injuries, or other commitments, the fight never happened. Now, after several cancellations, Aspinall is finally set to share the cage with Gane in Abu Dhabi.
Paris, Ciryl unfortunately turned down the fight on a second occasion. Third occasion, around about this time last year, when I fought in Manchester. I fought Curtis Blades. The original opponent was Ciryl Gane. Unfortunately, Ciryl Gane was busy that day. Ciryl was filming his Netflix series, can't remember what it's called, but I'm sure you can check it out now on Netflix. Ciryl was doing that, so he couldn't make that date either, and now we are matched up for the 25th of October, Abu Dhabi. Me and Ciryl, the 4th attempt is here, and this is Cyryl's 3rd title shot, so we are going to try and get rid of Ciryl Gane from the title picture for good.
Looking ahead to fight night, Aspinall spoke about his mindset going into the matchup with Ciryl Gane. He made it clear that self-belief is a major part of his preparation and something he carries with pride. Having already dealt with setbacks and long layoffs before, he explained why confidence matters more than doubts about ring rust, showing he feels ready to prove himself as the top heavyweight.
Confidence level's great. Confidence level's great. I believe that, well, I am the best heavyweight in the world, but I want to show everyone that I'm the best heavyweight in the world. Ciryl Gane's lost 2 title shots, and I want to give him his 3rd title shot loss and get him out of there.
How's the thoughts of potential ring rust as well? Is that in your head at all?
I've had big breaks before. This is it. I've had 3.5 years off of MMA fighting before, so this is no problem for me. Ring rust is all mental anyway, so I'm happy just to get back in there, get stuff moving, and get active again.
And what can we expect for Tom Aspinall?
On the other side, as the fight approaches, analysts are breaking down Tom Aspinall's strengths. Paul Felder noted that while both fighters are evenly matched in striking, Aspinall clearly has the advantage in wrestling and grappling. This could be the key to controlling the fight. Felder highlighted that taking the match to the ground could give Tom the edge, showing how strategy will play a big role.
I think it's the next best thing that we could get right now with John Jones not being able to do it and stepping away. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what Tom's plan is going to be, because I think on the feet, they're pretty evenly matched. I think it could be fun on the feet, but I think there's definitely a huge advantage for Aspinall when it comes to the wrestling and the grappling. And I think he'd be silly to not at least attempt to make it a bit of a grappling match and try to get the ground and pound, take him down.
Felder also mentioned the mental side of the fight. Missing out on a John Jones matchup adds pressure on Aspinall to perform. Winning this fight is important to prove he belongs at the top. Felder said that if Tom can defend takedowns, the fight will be exciting, but if not, his wrestling could decide it.
And we'll see. If he can defend takedowns, it could be a lot of fun, but if not, I think Tom can make some quick work, but there's a lot of pressure on Tom, man. We were talking about it on the pre-show this weekend that, you didn't get the Jones fight. You waited all this time, and now you've got to fight somebody else. And it's always tough because you want to win that one to really prove to everybody that, yeah, you are that guy. You are the great. You are the best. You're the reason John didn't want to take this fight, blah, blah, blah.
Felder emphasized the high stakes for Ciryl Gane in this matchup. He pointed out that losing to Aspinall this time would make it very difficult for Gane to earn another title shot. While a loss wouldn't end his career, it could delay or even block future championship opportunities.
For the belt, and now he's fighting Tom for the belt.
Yeah.
He's certainly getting the opportunities.
Yeah, and Tom's right. I mean, if Ciryl goes out there and loses to Tom this time around, it's tough, as we know, to go and get that 4th title shot after something like this when you've dropped them like that. It's definitely a must-win situation if he wants to be the champion. Now, it's not a must-win situation in terms of his career. He's not going anywhere as long as he wants to fight. But if you want to be champ, man, especially with a guy like Tom, where you don't beat him now, there's probably not a good chance that you're going to be getting back to that one anytime soon.
Well, in terms of...
Adding on, other fighters and experts have weighed in on Aspinall's chances. Curtis Blades highlighted that Tom's grappling gives him a clear edge over Ciryl Gane. He noted that even if Aspinall doesn't need to use it, his ability to control opponents on the ground could decide the fight. Blades suggested that his advantage might make the difference, especially in the early rounds.
I believe that Aspinall does have the advantage, though, in that the grappling department. I believe that whenever he wants to, he'll be able to put Ciryl on his back, and he may not have to, but I believe he can if he does have to, and I believe that'll be the difference if it gets out of the first round. I'll go with Aspinall.
Furthermore, Elijah Smith broke down Aspinall's physical attributes and overall skill set. He highlighted that Tom moves differently from most heavyweights, combining speed, power, and strong footwork. Smith pointed out that his unique combination makes it hard to find an opponent who could truly challenge him right now, showing just how much respect Aspinall has earned among fighters and experts in the division.
I got Tom. Yeah, I got it. I just think the wrestling and the grappling and the speed of Tom Aspinall, he's a heavyweight, but he doesn't move like a natural heavyweight. Like, he has really good footwork, really fast. Obviously, he's strong and powerful. Yeah, I think Tom Aspinall right now, I just don't see any, somebody might surprise me, but right now I just don't see anybody that would really be a good matchup for Tom Aspinall that would give him a challenge, as of right now. I could be wrong, but that's just how I see it.
Meanwhile, MMA Guru felt it was poorly timed and could have been presented better to properly build excitement. Even though the delivery felt off, he stressed that the matchup between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane is important. Fans are eager to see this heavyweight clash and the stakes are high for both fighters.
It's just horrible. It's horrible to see him just sort of waltz his way back into another title shot off of a robbery. However, this was always the fight that was going to happen. And I don't think there was any, conversations otherwise. So in my opinion, this should have been announced when they announced Jon Jones's retirement, and they should have done that not at a UFC Fight Night post-fight press conference in a one-sentence moment from Dana White. They should have had a moment where they set up a press conference.
Building on that, Guru also talked about how rare big fight announcements have become. In the past, multiple major fights would be revealed often, keeping fans excited. Now, major matchups happen less frequently, which makes this fight feel even more important. Despite feeling nervous, he is focused on the anticipation and excitement, showing how much attention this heavyweight battle is drawing from analysts and fans alike.
Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane, and then announced the retirement of Jon Jones, and then announced this fight at the same time. It just feels weird to wait for them to do it now, rather than when we all knew this was the next fight to happen, okay? But I'm looking forward to it, and I'm nervous, okay? I'm extremely nervous for this fight. I feel like I haven't made a video like this in the whole year. I can't remember the last time I made a video reacting to big fights being announced. They're so few and far between, or it's just one big fight and nothing else. I feel like I used to make these videos back in the day every few months. We would get a bunch of big fight announcements. And now here I am doing it again. So maybe the UFC is really back. But Aspinall versus Gane, scary matchup. I think Aspinall's going to win by KO in the first round. If Taito Ivasa can ever drop you on your ass in an MMA fight after you've beaten him up for the whole first round, if he can find a way to find your chin in that second round and drop you at any point in your career, I think Aspinall will find it in the first round. And I do think we'll see a first round Tom Aspinall KO.
Moving on, Eric Anders noted that Ciryl Gane's main advantage is speed, but Tom Aspinall matches or even exceeds it, especially in striking. He also highlighted Aspinall's power and ability to win by submission, making him a versatile and dangerous fighter, and with multiple ways to win, Aspinall is a serious threat in this fight.
Tom Aspinall, I think he just got more ways to win, hits a lot harder, and this, I think Gane's advantage over everybody was his speed, and I think Tom Aspinall is just as fast, if not faster, especially with the hands and the boxing and stuff. And he's got submission wins too, so I'm going with Tom Aspinall.
Meanwhile, experts are talking more about than just the fight between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane. Chael Sonnen explained that the outcome could have bigger effects on the heavyweight division. Both fighters are skilled and their records show they are dangerous opponents. This matchup is tough and interesting, and what happens in the cage could impact future title fights and other heavyweight contenders.
It's not necessarily about what's next. It's not necessarily Ciryl versus Tom. It's what the outcome of that match would represent. And it's a hard matchup. By the way, Ciryl is a very decorated kickboxer. Off the top of my head, I believe he was 27-3. In professional kickboxing, 27-3. I get he and Adesanya's record confused one time. One of them was 29-2 and the other one was 27-3. And I'm sharing for you when you're Tom Aspinall and you beat 6 men all the same way, which is stand up and by knockout. It's a matchup-wise, it's an interesting match. But what does that match set up?
Sonnen also talked about the ripple effects of the fight. Even if Gane wins, it doesn't automatically set up a return for Jon Jones, but it opens opportunities for others in the division. He mentioned that heavyweights often fight the same opponents, so rematches can be tricky. For Aspinall, defending his belt or facing rematches adds complexity to his path as champion.
I was going to set up the return of Jon, not if Ciryl wins. But there is a door that opens for Alex's immersion into the weight class. And one thing that heavyweight is lacking so glaringly, obviously, is parity. They've just all fought one another. They've all crossed paths at some point, so now you're talking about rematches. Well, how do you put Tom in a spot when he's got to do a rematch when he hasn't even defended the belt yet? How do you put Tom in a spot where he's got to do a rematch when he hasn't even had the belt yet? Right? You get it in paperwork, and I mean, do they even send you another belt, or they just tell you, hey, that belt that you have, that interim belt, that's now the undisputed belt? I mean, right? Like, there is some actual questions here.
Finally, Sonnen looked at the bigger picture beyond the fight itself. He raised questions about belts, paperwork, and why champions are stripped. While the fight is exciting, Sonnen cares more about what the outcome means for the division and future matchups.
You want to be a really smart guy and you want to impress Chael? Tell me why Tom is no longer interim champion. Put that into words for me. I'm serious. Explain to me why Tom was stripped of a title. It's not as easy of a riddle as you might think. And when I look at Tom versus Ciryl, I like the match. But I love the potential fallout from the outcome of the match much more.
Moving on, analysts have been weighing the strengths of both fighters, and Julius Walker shared his take on the matchup. He pointed out that while Ciryl Gane is fast and athletic, Tom Aspinall can match that speed and has an advantage in grappling. This combination makes Aspinall a well-rounded and dangerous fighter, capable of controlling the fight and potentially winning by submission if the match plays out on the ground.
I think that's a really tough fight for Gane. Aspinall is just very, very well-rounded. You can kind of match him with that speed and athleticism that Gane usually enjoys over most heavyweights. And then Aspinall, I think, has a huge grappling edge there. So if that fight does come to fruition, I'm going to go with Aspinall by submission.
Tom Aspinall's preparation for his fight against Ciryl Gane shows how hard a top heavyweight works. He focuses on recovery, like hyperbaric therapy, stretching and staying active, along with tough training and mental preparation. Experts say his speed and power and grappling make him a strong and versatile fighter. Some predict he could control the fight on the ground or even finish it quickly with striking. Aspinall is confident and ready to prove himself, but Gane's speed and skill make him a tough opponent. This fight is important for both fighters and could affect the future of the heavyweight division. Who do you think will come out on top? Tom Aspinall using his grappling and power, or Ciryl Gane with his speed and striking? Drop your predictions in the comments below.